Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you this afternoon? I'm pretty good. It's about 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and it's the end of the week, and man, I am tired. Business-wise, things are going pretty good. This week was really busy. Got a medium-sized class of I believe it's 23 or 24 going on in this current one. Of course, they started on Thursday, but it's been hot the last couple of days. Thursday in the bays, and then Friday. Of course, Wednesday too. It was just brutally hot. It was in the upper 90s with high humidity, so the heat indexes are running anywhere from 102 to 106, 107. So we're trying to get done in the bays early to get out of the heat and spend the afternoons in the classroom. And we were successful every day, but not as early as we would hope to be done. So it's just, the heat is just murderous. No, today, it started raining last night on and off, I'd say around 3 o'clock in the morning, and it really brought the temperatures down, and it rained on and off most of the morning until about lunch, and then it stopped raining and the clouds started clearing out. It's sunny outside right now, but it's not hot. It's in the middle 80s, and the humidity, amazingly enough, isn't too bad. I think it's still in the 60s to 70% range, but it's not oppressive humidity, if you know what I mean. So this current class, they're I think I said 23. I think it's 23 or 24. They're really good in the bays. They seem to really have it down in the bays, and their classroom work is not too bad either. So this class looks like they'll all do very well. Of course, I'm off for the next 2 days, so I'll come in next Tuesday and do them for their evals. But the builds and stuff for getting through all the steel coil things was really good. Very impressed with them. Got some really outstanding guys in this group as well. A couple of them are former truck drivers who took years off and are coming back to trucking. They've never been to Maverick before, but some of them have done flatbed or they've done oil field work, and those guys have kind of a good grasp already of what to do, and they're picking up Mavericks, variations of things, because Maverick securement policies are stricter than DOT's. So it's really good, and these guys are picking that up, and they're passing on their already existing knowledge to these guys, but they're doing it in such a way that's not conflicting with what Maverick teaches, and it's kind of got some of them on a leg up to a certain extent. They're all really good doing the builds, and they seem to be studious. So we'll have to see how it comes out. Maybe we'll have another really good eval class next Tuesday when I go back to work. I'd like to have another all pass, 100% pass, and with a lot of perfect scores. That would be awesome, especially on a bigger class. Tomorrow another orientation class comes in, and it was supposed to be a really massive one. But it's kind of dropped down a little bit. I believe I was told it's 38 coming in to start orientation tomorrow, and those guys will roll over into hands-on course next week, and probably I think 32 or 33 of them are going into hands-on. The rest will go to TCD. Of course, some of those will pass on to glass, but that's a lot of people. That'll be the biggest class I've ever had, if it's over 30 in hands-on. And the week after that, the Newport students come back, and that will be a big class as well, probably close to 40, if not more. I know as the summer goes on, the classes are supposed to get bigger and bigger, or at least till we get to a point that we have plenty in here on a regular basis. The classes are full every week. I'm not really sure. I'm only going to be here, 2.5, 3 weeks more, and then I'll go back to the truck. I wish these guys, the best of luck once they get going on these really big classes. I mean, the training bays and all the classrooms are built to hold, those numbers and be able to easily put them to work and put them through the paces. But sometimes when you have a lot of them, if a lot of people in the class need individualized or specialized or even more attention than others, then that kind of slows down the whole process a little bit. But it's not an insurmountable challenge. So that's pretty much it. It was a really good week. Very happy. Still kind of enjoying this. I am looking forward day by day to going back on the road. I've thought about it and I asked some questions this past week. I think I was at my last company, but I'm not here. I think when I do go back on the road, I'm going to do a couple months solo, maybe to the fall, and then apply to be a road trainer and have students on the truck. That might make for some interesting videos when I get back on the road. I think I've talked about it before. I'm much more patient instructor and a bit more comfortable teaching one-on-one or in small groups. The larger the groups, the more I have a tendency to hesitate and check myself as I go along. I'm not a good public speaker. These videos are about as public speaking as I get, and since while I'm shooting the videos, I'm looking at myself on the screen, it's kind of easy. So, but when I think about all the people out here that are watching it, I know you're not all watching it at once. It's one or two people at a time, but it's still the same kind of thing. I kind of get a little antsy in the head. But when big classes, which I've never taught, big classes, I've taught all the classes I've ever taught have been small. I do better in smaller classes than big ones, and there's nothing wrong with that. At least I've been told that. The other challenge that I have figured out this week for myself in doing this is that the way this program works, and I perfectly understand it, it is entirely in my own sphere of problems or challenges, is that week to week to week to week, the material is exactly the same. It never changes. And it's almost like the classrooms specifically, lectures are scripted, even though they're not. I mean, I've heard one instructor teach the class, and another instructor teach class, and another instructor teach the same classes, and they have varied, mostly due to the banter that is included in them. But the general information, the way it's presented, is exactly the same way. And I haven't been able to get that down. I'm missing things. And even in my notes, short of, being a stenographer and literally writing down every word for word and then memorizing word for word, I'm having a difficult time getting every little point down, even though I make good notes. And I miss things, and I make some mistakes. And they're not catastrophic mistakes, but they don't fall in line with the way it needs to be done, or the way Maverick would like it to be done, I should say, as opposed to needs. I do get the information across. It's just not getting across the way it probably should be done. Some of the things that I do, I don't have a problem with, like the Transplant Class. There's really not a script for that. It's pretty much a straightforward. It's really only about a 15-minute class, and the information is not all that much. The Omnitrax class, there's a lot of information in it, but it's easy to convey, and you just follow the steps because there's only one way to do it. The only thing is I don't have anecdote or banter to be able to go along with it, so I just kind of punch out the information factually. And probably that's the way it is for all the classes. And I think what makes the other instructors better at it than I am is the fact that they have a banter to go along with it. I haven't developed one. And I'm not really sure if I'd be able to. Probably given enough time and repetition, I would be able to do it, but it would not be. I know there's not that much time, and of course I only have another month, so, but I've decided that if they ask me to come back at a later date, I'd probably do it to be able to do more. So that's a long-winded, probably just kind of round-robining on that one again, as usual. Sorry. But things are, like I said, going well, and I'm happy still. Personal front, wife texted me earlier, right before I got out of work, let me know that they are back in the realm of civilization and able to get internet access and phone access, and texted me from a few miles outside of base camp where they're at the Boy Scout camp, and they're getting into base camp tomorrow, and they're hoping that the rain clears out, that they've been getting rain. They hope the rain clears out and they're able to see the Aurora Borealis tonight. I'm not sure they're going to be able to. It's a little late in the year for it. It'd have to be a pretty good storm for them to be able to see it this time of year. They're not far enough north for it to be a normal occurrence for this time of year. Talked to my son. He's doing well, and the dog's doing well too. She's moving around almost as well as she was before she had her accident and hurt herself. And she's not taking medication as often because she's not in as much pain. And I heard from my stepson. He seems to be having fun. He spent July 4th at the lake with his biological father, and they seem to have a good time. Patched up some of the issues they've been having. And but I look forward to seeing him at the end of the month. I look forward to seeing my wife next weekend, and it's going to be a quiet weekend for me. I'm not going to really do much. I went grocery shopping yesterday, so I got plenty of food in my room. I think I'm just going to sit here and watch, TV, and maybe play some on my PS4. Side note, I was hoping by now to be playing a game called No Man's Sky, but it's been delayed like twice, and now it finally went gold the other day, and it's supposed to be out this fall. I'm hoping it does, because I've been waiting for it. So I've been back playing the old Assassin's Creed games again, and rewatching old TV shows. I'm halfway through the second season of The Sopranos. It's been years since I watched any of it. I've been binging on them. So I'm enjoying that, and I'm getting that through the Amazon Prime, my Amazon Prime subscription. So that's really all I got. It's going to be a quiet weekend, and back at it on Tuesday. So y'all have a great weekend, what's left of it. And as a side note, please pray for the police officers who were killed and injured in Dallas this last week. I don't want to make these messages political, but that's a tragedy that should not have happened, and especially in my hometown. I was just devastated, and I know a lot of people are. So keep the blue in your prayers and thoughts, and until we speak again, keep the shiny side up, 73s. I'll chat with you later. Bye.